Hi there, welcome to Two Birds. I'm Fiona, and today's class is a 45-minute Vinyasa flow class which will calm and soothe your body. It's a really nurturing class, and I'll incorporate some acupressure in the more static poses at the start and the end of class. And if you're not familiar with acupressure, it's a really intuitive self-care practice that is very versatile, effective, and it can also empower your body's own natural capacity to heal. So it's really good for when you have pain or inflammation in the body. It can help clear out mental and physical stagnation, and really any of those things that we need to eliminate from our systems. And the only prop you'll need for practice is a blanket and your mat. I hope you enjoy. Thank you for joining. Namaste. And begin your practice in a comfortable cross-legged seat. You can prop yourself there on the edge of a blanket or a pillow. Make sure you've just got a little bit of elevation underneath your buttocks so your knees can relax down, and you can sit comfortably tall through the torso, crown of the head reaching for the ceiling. And gently roll your shoulders up toward your ears and just let them relax back and down. And gently closing your eyes and giving yourself a few deep breaths, and offer yourself a moment to relax and let go of everything in your body that doesn't need to be flexed or tensed right now. You can soften your belly so it just moves peacefully with your breath. Empty your weight into your hips so you feel held and supported by the earth, your support beneath you. And keeping your eyes closed, bringing your palms together and just rubbing your hands with a little bit of vigor. Create some warmth in your palms and your fingers. And now cup your eyes with the heel of your palms, seal out the light. And just feel the soothing warmth radiate over your eyes. And leaning into that feeling, just relaxing your shoulders more. Allowing your head to fall lightly forward into your hands. And then once again, take your hands together, rub your hands and build some heat in your palms. And now either taking your hands back over your eyes or to any place in your body where you might feel you need a little bit more attention or care today. It could be the low back, could be the belly, could be your shoulders or your neck, and just let the warmth seep into your skin from your hands. And gently release. I'm going to blink the eyes open and simply walk your hands forward over your crossed legs. Coming forward any amount, try to avoid any pulling on the lumbar spine. Just a comfortable forward fold here, pressing into the hands and leaning your buttocks back. Deep breath in. Exhale, walk the hands back and switch the cross of your legs. And take another forward fold, walking your hands forward. Try and relax the outer seams of your legs, particularly around your hips, groins, and the inner thighs as you fold forward. One more deep breath in and out. And then walking your hands back. We're going to take our blanket now and make our way down onto our back. So with your blanket rolled up into a sausage, we're going to come into Supta Baddha Konasana, or Reclined Bound Angle Pose. We take the soles of our feet together, and the blanket's here to support you. So just taking it over the arches of your feet, and then wrap the edges of the blanket around to your outer thighs or your hips, and then holding onto the edge of the blanket, recline down onto your back. When you arrive, align your spine so you're in a nice straight line, and make sure that you do feel supported. Adjust the blanket if you need to. Then simply settle your eyes closed once more, and we'll locate our first trigger point and hold here for approximately 2 minutes. So one of the beautiful things about acupressure is that it's very intuitive and tactile, so we'll just feel our way there. And just a word of caution, a contraindication: if you are pregnant or suspect that you're pregnant, avoid this pressure point. So this point is called the large intestine 4, and you can use any thumb here from either hand, and you're going to find the fleshy depression just below the meeting point where your thumb and index finger bones meet in a V. So it's usually a little bit tender. You can gently massage that area until you find the spot just below the V of the bones. And once you think you have it, just start to slowly apply some pressure with your thumb. And we do this nice and slowly just to allow our body's tissues to respond. And then apply enough pressure so you feel something, a sensation. It's not hurting or stretching the skin in an odd direction. Just simply press down with your thumb and focus your attention to that point. So this point is extremely helpful for relieving pain in the body. It's also known as the Great Eliminator. So if you're experiencing any inflammation in your body, congestion, bloating, or sinus pressure, or anything in the body that you're ready to release, this point helps with elimination. So continue to breathe. Try not to hold your breath here. You can breathe in through your nose and either out through your mouth or your nose here. Just make sure you're taking some nice deep breaths. And then really tune in. You might be able to feel a pulse at that point. And any pulsation is a good sign. It means that the circulation is increasing and your energy is able to flow more unobstructed. And just making sure you're not recruiting any other muscles in your body for this particular pressure point, making sure you stay relaxed. You've got an easeful feeling in your body. And notice perhaps where in the body this point is being received, just sharpening your attention. And now just very slowly begin to release and give yourself about to the count of 10 to fully rewind the pressure. And then relax your hands either anywhere on your body or by your side and simply pause. And observe any sensations, perhaps relief, that you may have experienced. Continue to breathe. And taking 2 more deep breaths in and out. And now just gently closing the knees in toward each other and bring your knees in toward your chest. Rocking side to side, massaging your lumbar spine. And fluttering the eyes open. And from here, we'll just roll over to your right side, gently drag yourself all the way up to sit. And come to sit in the middle of the mat, your feet out in front of you, knees bent. Walk your feet out to the edges of the mat away from one another and then lean back into your hands, fingertips pointing toward the top edge of your mat. You have a little bend in the elbows, just trying to elevate your spine there. And we'll just wash the knees over to the left side, encouraging your right knee down toward the floor. You can relax your feet there. Just a really mild twist through the spine. You can rotate your torso a little to the right there, drawing your right collarbone back, perhaps gazing out to your right. And then pushing into your hands. Bring yourself upright so you're just sitting on your sit bones, right hand to your right ankle. Sweep the left arm up and over for a lateral stretch. And just move with your breath so you can extend as you breathe in, ease off as you breathe out. And one more deep breath in. As you exhale, release. Replace your hands behind you. Lean into your hands and just wash the knees over to your right. And take that mild twist, so rotating your torso to the left, perhaps with the gaze as well. Encouraging your left knee down toward the floor. And then pushing into the hands, lifting upright, left hand to your left ankle. Send your right arm up and over and just take a few simple breaths to lengthen through the right side of your waist. As you breathe in, the ribs expand, you extend. And then come all the way back. Crossing your legs and walking over your legs here, we'll make our way into child's pose at the back of your mat. Separating the knees, bring your big toes to touch. And laying your torso down between your thighs, walking your arms forward, hands forward, spreading all your fingers. And if it's accessible for you, just rest your forehead onto the floor, that space between your eyebrows, minimizing your distractions and just simply breathing, nourishing breath in and out, staying focused. And from here we'll glide up onto all fours, transitioning into downward facing dog, tucking your toes, lifting your buttocks up and back. And we'll start with a really gentle vinyasa to open up through the back of our legs. From here, raise your heels as you breathe in. As you breathe out, bend the knees toward the floor to a hover. Breathing in, lifting your hips, straightening your legs, pushing into your hands, and as you exhale, lower your heels to the floor. Twice more. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, raise your hips, straighten your legs. Exhale, heels heavy. Once more, inhale. Knees bend, exhale. Hips lift, inhale. Heels heavy toward the floor on your exhale. Then just pause, be still. Settle your gaze, breathe deep. Directing your breath in and out through the nostrils. Tuning into the sound of your breath. Next breath in, gaze forward between your hands. Light bend in the knees and go ahead, travel to the top edge of your mat, taking as many steps as you like there. Set your feet up hip distance apart. Easy forward fold. by bending your knees, laying your torso down over your thighs. Catch opposite elbows here, let your head drop. Crown of the head points down toward the floor. And really relax through the back of your shoulders so there's a nice soft energy around the back of your neck and skull. And then releasing your hands to the floor, let your arms dangle, pushing down through your feet. Really slowly roll up to stand. And just rolling the shoulders up and back, bring your head upright, arms alongside your body. And then press your hands to your heart center, thumbs toward the breastbone. Standing tall, keep your feet hip distance apart. And we'll move through one round of Surya Namaskar A with a cat and cow. Just warming up and mobilizing the spine. Take a deep breath in, send your arms overhead, gaze up toward your thumbs. As you exhale, forward fold over your legs. Breathing in, hands to the shins. Breathing out, plant the hands, step back to your plank pose. Push the floor away, widen, broaden through your upper back, legs engaged. Keep your gaze slightly forward. And then as you feel yourself breathe out, drop your knees to the floor, your buttocks to your heels for child's pose, keeping your arms reaching forward. Breathing in, gliding up onto all fours, and here just some linear cat and cow, arching the spine as you look up. Breathing out, doming your spine toward the ceiling, hugging in and up through the belly. And we'll do that twice more in each direction, just moving slow. Let that movement in your body nourish you. Gently warming up the hips, warming up the wrists, the shoulders, the spine. And then return to your neutral spine, plant your hands, tuck your toes, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Light pedal out through your heels to place your feet, heels lightly turn out. And just feel that your ears are in line with your arms, you're not overextending through the shoulders or putting too much pressure there, nice and broad through your upper back. Also the top of your chest, so the collarbones are broad. All four corners of your body are anchored. You're into your hands, knuckles of your fingers. All your toes are spread and the heels feel heavy. And one more deep breath in there. As you exhale, bend your knees and walk yourself forward to the top edge of the mat. Bring your feet hip distance apart when you arrive. Pushing into the feet, lift up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana, your halfway lift. As you exhale, fold over the legs. Rise all the way to stand, straight legs. Reach the arms overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart center. And you're just going to keep your feet hip distance apart here, a little chair, Vinyasa with a balance. I'm going to bend the knees. Reach the arms, come into your chair pose, Utkatasana. And as you breathe out, sweep your arms back and your torso forward and down. And we'll do that twice more, keeping your weight in your heels. Drive down through your heels as you reach up, firm belly. Exhale, float the arms back, torso forward and down. Once more, chair pose, inhale. Exhale. Keeping the knees bent, forward fold over the legs. And come back to your chair pose as you breathe in. Transfer your weight into your right foot, float the arms down and raise the left knee. So you come to a balance, not here for long. Now as you raise your arms, cross the left leg in front of your right leg, both feet on the floor, legs crossed. Take your right hand to your left wrist, take a side bend to your right. Gently tipping over to your right. Lengthening through the left side of your waist. As you breathe in, come back to center, back to chair, bend the knees, arms alongside your ears. As you breathe out, balance into your left foot, raise the right knee, arms float down. Cross your right leg over the top of your left leg, both feet on the floor, arms rise overhead. Left hand, right wrist, take a side bend to your left, pushing into your feet. And returning to center, separate the hands, back to your chair pose. And then we'll switch other side, arms float down, balance into your right foot, raise the left leg. Arms float overhead, left leg crosses over your right leg. Right hand, left wrist, side bend your right. Come back to center, chair pose, bend the knees, reach the arms. Transfer your weight into your left foot, raise the right leg, arms float down. Just moving with your breath, arms overhead, right leg crosses in front of your left leg. Take your side bend, left hand, right wrist. And then back to center, both feet on the floor, bend the knees, chair pose. Deep breath in. Exhale, take your forward fold over your legs. Inhale, coming up halfway. As you exhale, fingertips down, step your right foot back to Warrior One. And anchoring your right heel down, sharpening your right leg. Taking a comfortable lunge in your left knee, pointing your left toes forward, arms up alongside your ears. And then just notice if your belly is spilling, or if you can engage and gather your abdominal muscles in a little firmer to help you feel steady, supported around the center of your body. Deep breath in here. As you exhale, float the arms behind your back, interlace your fingers. Deep breath in, straighten the front leg, reach the fists down, open the chest. As you breathe out, fold forward halfway over the midline of your left leg. And just bring your torso parallel with the floor. Float the fists straight back, crown of the head forward. And then we'll just alternate, rebend your front knee, separate the hands, reach up, Warrior One. Hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. As you breathe in, straighten through the front leg, thighs engaged. Exhale, forward fold halfway. Rebend the front knee, push into the front foot, Warrior One, just here for a beat. And as you exhale, take both hands to the inside of your left foot for lizard pose. Popping up onto the back toes, wriggle your right toes further back in space, take your right knee to the floor. Adjust your left foot out laterally to the left so you've got lots of room there to extend through your torso. So you might like to stay on your hands here or come down onto your forearms. And a little movement here to loosen and warm the hips, hugging your left knee to your upper left arm. Simply circle the hips any direction, like you're stirring your hip in its socket. And then roll it back the other way. Should feel nice, soothing movement. And then come back to center. Reframe your left foot with your hands. Walk your hands back underneath your shoulders as you straighten out through your left leg. And so anchor your left heel heavy and curl your left toes back toward you, especially the pinky toe side of your foot there. Push out through the balls of your feet. And then try and level out through your hips, left thigh moving back in space. Front of your spine extending forward. Transitioning into Gait Pose now, roll forward, land your left foot down, take your right foot behind you. Turn toward the long edge of your mat, straightening out through your left leg. So left toes line up with your right knee. Right knees underneath your hip, arms float out wide, parallel with the floor. Tip yourself over to your left, left hand to your straight leg, right arm up or overhead. Just pause at that place where you feel a comfortable stretch in your body. Keep the belly button pointing out. And one more deep breath in. And as you exhale, come back upright and take your hands in front of you to the floor and then just simply kneel in the middle of your mat. Sitting your buttocks down on your heels, sweep the arms out wide, and we'll take eagle arms, taking your right arm on top of your left arm and either take your hands to your shoulders or wrap your arms and press your palms. And projecting your forearms forward and resting your gaze toward where your elbows cross. Finding that broadness in your upper back, and just let your breath lift and wrap around the back of your shoulder blades. Breathe down toward your soft belly. Keeping everything easeful in your body. Unravel the arms, take your hands to the floor, tuck your toes, and then from here, leaning into your hands, step your feet out nice and wide to come into spread leg forward fold. Angle your heels out, your big toes in. Take a wide enough stance there so you can comfortably fold forward between your wide legs. And here I'm just going to suggest you catch opposite elbows. It's a really nice way to fold forward without overdoing it or feeling like you have to reach the floor. And then concentrate on powering up your legs without tensing. You're lifting the kneecaps, engaging your quad muscles. You're keeping that weight evenly distributed from your heels to your toes. Crown of the head points down toward the floor, relaxed around the neck. And let your practice feel soothing, so the movements, the shapes that you make feel easeful. Release your hands to the floor, walk around to your left foot, frame your foot and step quietly back to downward facing dog. And then just a little half flow here, we'll wave forward to a high push-up, pushing into the hands, engaging through the front of your body, and then a soft bend in the knees, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Breathe in and out and take 5 smooth breaths. Just count your breath, follow the pathway of your breath. And then from here, we'll take the second side. We're going to step our right foot up in between our hands to find our warrior one, anchoring left heel down, left leg straight. Rise up on your inhale. And then as much as you can, try and draw your left hip forward, your right thigh bone back in space. And walk your right foot over into the right lane if you need a little bit more space and you feel quite skew-if there, and rotate it to the left. So you want to try and be fairly square toward the front edge of your mat. Reach your arms comfortably toward the ceiling. Relax your shoulders down. Keep your jaw relaxed, and we'll flow. Hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. Inhale, lift the chest. Straighten the front leg. Exhale, fold forward halfway. Draw the fists back, crown of the head forward. Release the arms, rebend your right knee, come back to warrior one. Take the hands behind the back, interweave all your fingers. Staying upright here, inhale, straighten your right leg. Pushing into the right big toe, inner heel, forward fold, bringing yourself parallel with the floor. Rebend the front knee, release the arms. Warrior one, just for a beat. And as you exhale, hands down on the inside of your right foot. Pop up onto your left toes, wriggle them back, then take your left knee to the floor to set up for lizard pose. So either stay on your hands or come down onto your forearms. Just prioritize length through the front and back of your spine, so you don't feel like you're rounding through your upper back. So we're trying to keep our collarbones bright, our chest open, our lungs available here. And you can stir your hip a little, circling through your right hip, right knee hugging your right upper arm, and circle back in the opposite direction. Could be very subtle circles or larger, more exaggerated ones, whatever feels good. Come back to center, reframe your right foot, walk your hands back, and work towards straightening your right leg. So driving down through your right heel, pressing the balls of your toes forward, curling your toes back toward you. And just notice the shape and posture of your upper body. Just keep prioritizing that space in the front of your chest so you can breathe a deep breath. Roll forward onto the sole of your right foot. Take the left foot behind you, and we're turning toward the long edge of your mat for Gait Pose. Right toes line up with your left knee pretty much underneath your left hip. Arms float out wide to the side. Pushing down through your back shin there. Tip over to your right side, right hand to your right leg. Left arm up or overhead. So a comfortable stretch, and you can always gauge that with the pace and cadence of your breath. If it starts to get choppy or short, just gently ease off. Deep breath in. Exhale back to center. Walk your hands in front of you. Come to kneel in the middle of your mat. Sit down, buttocks to the heels. Reach the arms out wide. And now take your left arm on top of your right arm for eagle arms, Garudasana arms. Any comfortable position here. And the shape and intention here is to widen, broaden through your upper back. We're widening that space that can get quite tense through the middle and upper back here. Drawing your forearms forward, settling a soft gaze toward where your elbows cross. And then release your hands, unravel, hands down in front of you, tuck your toes underneath you, and step yourself out. So you've got nice wide legs, you're facing the long edge of your mat. Heels turn out, toes turn in. Take a deep breath in on your fingertips. Extend your spine forward. As you exhale, fold forward between your legs. Catch opposite elbows. Another option here is to interweave the fingers behind the back of your skull. And take a few easeful breaths. Keep tuning into all the feedback from your body. Keep your movement gentle and soothing. And just a half flow coming up, we walk around to the top edge of our mat, stepping quietly back to downward facing dog. And then on your in-breath, ripple forward to a high push-up. On your out-breath, knees bend, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Taking 5 smooth breaths in and out, last downward dog for the class. Check in with your breath, quality, texture, and the sharpness of your attention. And then just slowly, as you breathe out, bring the knees down to the floor and either cross your feet or just bring your feet around in front of you so you can lay all the way down onto your back. When you arrive, tuck the knees in toward your chest. And keeping your right knee in, extend your left leg out straight, rest your heel to the floor. You can either point the left toes or flex your toes there. And as you adjust that left leg and the left foot, bring that awareness all the way up your body so your spine's in a straight line, back of your skull's resting on the floor behind you. Then keeping your knee where it is, right knee in toward your chest, arms out wide, palms face down, and we're just going to circle through the hip, taking your right knee over to the left, straightening the leg, and make a big wide circle, bringing your right knee back in toward you. So nice big circles, mild rotation through the spine, some soothing movement for your hips. And then circle back in the opposite direction. As you extend, really spread all your toes, reach out and extend the length of your leg, rebend as you come back up. So on our last circle here, we're going to find a reclined tree pose. Take your right foot to the inside of your left leg, let your right knee fall out to the side, and sweep your arms overhead now, palms face up. Stretch out through your whole body. Let your inner right thigh relax. As you breathe out, tuck both knees in toward your chest. Squeeze into a little ball and then switch sides. Left knee stays in, right leg out straight. Point or flex your right toes, arms out wide to the side. Palms face down, that'll give you a little bit more steadiness. And then simply start to circle your left knee there over to the side. Big circle over your straight leg. Rebend the knee as you come back up. So it's a little bit of work for the abdominal muscles here, just to help control the movement. So keeping your awareness there to help support you. Roll it back the other way. And land in your reclined tree pose. Left foot anywhere on the inside of your right leg. Left knee falls out to the side. And then reach your arms overhead. Stretch out through your whole body. It should feel sweet. Let your spine arch. And then gather both knees in toward your chest. Last few postures here. We will do our last 2 pressure points in the body. So we're going to make our way into Happy Baby with a little bit of a twist. So from here, as you come into Happy Baby, you're just going to catch the outer edges of your feet. So your thumbs are on the top of your feet there, and the rest of your fingers around the soles of your feet. Knees are drawing down toward your armpits. Soles of the feet look like they're holding the ceiling up. So this particular pressure point in particular is called your liver 3 or LV3. And it's a really potent point known to move stagnant emotional energy as well as cramping pain and in particular, just any disturbance in your tummy. And if it had a nickname, this would be called the cranky anger relieving point. So to find this particular point, just take your thumbs in between your big toe and your first toe and run your thumb up your foot, so about an inch. And it's like the hand version that we did at the start in your foot. So you just find that intersection where the bones meet, and it's usually a little bit of a sensitive point. So it's not right where your toes end, it's a little bit up the foot. So you're pressing down with your thumbs here to apply the pressure. It's a really good point to calm emotions, and it's commonly used for stress, actually lower back pain as well, period pain, and also anxiety. So we're just finding that point. You can massage that area until you find that little bit of a sensitive spot. And then just really slowly starting to apply a little bit more pressure. And then just holding here. And you might like to start to focus on your breath and slowing it down. So just breathing peacefully in and extending the length of your out-breath. As you extend the length of your out-breath, focus on the pressure point that you're pressing with your thumbs. Who would have thought we'd need muscles in our thumbs for yoga? So if it becomes too much for your hands and you can really feel them aching, just ease off lightly. And we're just here for another 30 seconds. Try and relax through your inner groins, through your upper body. Maintain a relaxed expression in your face. Just breathing deeply. And we're also in this posture for a lovely hip stretch here. It's also quite relieving for your back, releasing tension down through the spine. And then just really slowly, you're going to release the pressure that you had, reversing until your thumbs are light. And then we're going to bring the soles of our feet together. Our arms come on the inside of our knees and we'll catch a hold of our ankles. So from here, let your arms straighten and allow your upper body to curl up, chin toward the chest, rest on the low part of your shoulder blades and send the outer edges of your feet down toward the mat. Really U-shaping your spine there, tucking the belly in. Stretching through the ligaments, through the back of your neck. And then roll back, keep a hold, roll back with a little momentum, come all the way up. So knees are out wide, soles of the feet together, you've landed in Baddha Konasana. Now our final pressure point, which we'll apply, we'll do it in this position. So just setting up, we're going to take a fairly wide diamond with the legs. So heels not very close toward your pelvis if you're used to doing that. Take them quite a fair way away. And I'm going to give you the option to even separate your feet here. So you just want a little bend in the knees and either soles of your feet touching or a little wider until you feel comfortable through your low back spine. And you can even sit up against a wall for this if you need a little extra support. So the final trigger point is known as Spleen 8 and is especially helpful for abdominal pain, but also regulating the downward flow of energy. So to find this point, it runs along the inner aspect of our shin bone. So find your knee crease on the inner knee and with your thumbs just trace your way down the tibia bone, your shin bone, about 5 to 7 inches until you find that tender spot. So it's about a hand's distance down and it should be a place where you can feel muscle, tendon-like area next to the bone. And so just allow yourself to massage that area with your thumbs so you can find it. And then you are very slowly giving yourself about 10 to 20 seconds to apply pressure there. So make sure you're comfortable in the rest of your body and just focus in on that particular point. So when the spleen is out of balance, oftentimes your muscles are not receiving all the essential nutrients from food, and you might experience some weakness or fatigue, and in fact cold hands and feet, your extremities, are a symptom of that. There's often like an impairment in the movement of the fluids around the body. So this point is very helpful for flushing your system, particularly your lymphatic system. And we're only holding for another 30 seconds here because your thumbs or hands might be a bit achy. So just try and tune in and do what you did at the start of the class. Notice if you can feel any other sensations around your body as you press into this point. And then just slowly, in the next 10-20 seconds, your own time, release the pressure that you've applied. And then gently roll the knees in toward each other. We're going to take one last forward fold before resting in Shavasana, extending both legs out straight in front of you. And feel free to grab your cushion or your blanket underneath your sit bones here to elevate yourself and allow your pelvis to tilt forward more comfortably in your forward fold. And when you set up, there's no rush. Take your arms up alongside your ears. And as you exhale, comfortable forward fold over your legs. And close your eyes here, turn your attention in. It's very cooling and calming for your nervous system, our forward fold. You just allow that feeling of release to wash over you. Shoulders relax. Arms can go loose. Your jaw and your mouth can relax. And then when you feel ready, just slowly peeling up and resting back into Shavasana or seated meditation, your preference. Try to keep that feeling of calm in your body as you rest back. So you're not fussing or jiggling. And as you lay quietly back, be conscious of how you have positioned yourself. Feet are a little wider than the hips. Back of your buttocks and the back of your sacrum there should feel fairly level. Spine in a straight line. Arms out to the side of your body and your palms face up. Fingers can relax. And your eyes can close and you can give your body a big sigh. And give yourself the next few minutes to rest here quietly. Slowly allowing the front of your body to recede back. You can feel the expression in your face relax. Your skin stretch over the bridge of your nose and out to your ears. Your tongue rest and relax in your mouth. And just feel your body breathing. And letting your awareness fall to your belly. And feeling the ebb and flow of your breath there, completely relaxed. And let that feeling, those sensations that you've created in your body travel all the way down your legs to the edge of your toes, your whole body at rest. And either linger here or take your unhurried time to gently make your way from Shavasana and into the rest of your day. I hope you've enjoyed this practice. Thanks so much for joining. Namaste.